There he is.
Area in Northern California, you're going to recognize these two gentlemen that are sitting up front, Bob Wilkins and John Stanley. Between the two of them hosted Creature Features in Sacramento for many years. They have a table and artist alley this weekend where they have books and their tapes. We have a special tape right now that we're going to show you some of their best work from Creature Features. And wait a minute for some more people file in here. And then John and Bob are going to do some question and answers. And we'd like to give a big round of applause to Bob Wilkins and John Stanley.
Why are we still doing this after all of these years? And I said, Bob, we're doing it because we want to do it. About 2 years ago, I was asked to appear at the Parkway Theater, and I did a number of times, and Bob was asked to come to the Halloween show. There were 300 screaming fans waiting for us when we arrived at the theater. Well, some of them were screaming. And he explained it. Tom has put out scrapbooks. This is the Bob Wilkins scrapbook. Bob tells everyone 22,000. He loves to exaggerate. And this is the John Stanley scrapbook. I actually tried to talk Tom. This is true. I tried to talk Tom out of it. And he insisted that we do it, so I finally relented. And he's now sold 400 of these, which in 1 year, which I find amazing. Absolutely amazing. But Bob has sold a lot more. Also, Bob has a set of tapes. They're so popular, they've sold out. The last set was just sold a few minutes ago. But if you come to our table this afternoon, you can always place an order, and then Bob will fill your order to the mail. Or you can also get my tapes. They're on sale today. There's 4 of these. Each one features highlights from the best of Creature Features. This particular tape is a best of program that I did back in 1983, which has highlights from many movies.
Well, I'm surprised that after 25 or 26 years when the show went off, that people still remembered the show. And,
I have the same feeling. It is a kind of phenomenon that doesn't seem to go away.
You know, with television, late at night, people will watch anything. That was a formula, anyway.
Why don't we roll, Bob, why don't we go ahead and roll the tape, and then we'll take your questions, comments, and we can have a nice informal chat about the history of Creature Features, which is a 14-year history, one of the longest running shows on television ever. Okay.
Welcome to your Super Cool Station, TV2, right here in Oakland. My name is Bob Wilkins, and I'll be your host tonight for Creature Features. And the reason I'm introducing myself is that we have a lot of out-of-towners, a lot of tourists in the Bay Area this time of year. And a couple of weeks ago, some folks were in from Des Moines, Iowa, and they watched Creature Features, and they wrote me a letter back saying, "Dear sir, a couple of weeks ago we caught your show, and they don't have anything like this in Des Moines. They said you showed a snake one, a human blockhead, a sword swallower, you had a couple of movies, and a weird cereal." And they said, "We've never seen anything like it before, and we just wondered what goes on down there in Creature Features." So I wrote them back that it's difficult to explain for someone from Des Moines what we do here every Saturday night. It's difficult to explain to someone who lives in Oakland or San Francisco who watches the show week in and week out. So anyway, we try to have some fun. We try to entertain you and sometimes inform you. For instance, tonight we have two movies, Target Earth and The Werewolf of London will be along. But our special guest will be talking about Superman versus Spider-Man in just a minute. Then during the intermission, for you Star Trek fans, you'll meet Bruce Hyde, better known as Lieutenant Kevin Riley. He was in 2 episodes of the very first season. And we've got this guy up, and he's going to tell us about what it was like in Star Trek, and we'll have a chance to meet him in person tomorrow, Sunday at the Federation Trading Post. And then we'll have a special surprise for you. I'll talk more about that as this first movie gets on. Target Earth. Target Earth is a story about a robot, an army of robots from Venus. And of course, Switzerland known for their watches, and Venus has always been known for the robots. That's our first movie. It's sort of a low-budget science fiction film.
Some of his creature feature movies are dead, but Bob is alive every Saturday night on TV2.
House call, it cost a little more. Yeah. And went out there and we kind of yapped it up with some rubber chickens and that kind of thing. It was good. It went over well.
And you make a videotape of it?
Videotape.
Yeah.
You can listen to have
So they can laugh.
save your fun pictures, that kind of thing.
All right, what do you charge per laugh or?
Per lap, that's what we do charge. Of course, there's a range of styles or types of laps.
Yeah.
I mean, not every lap is the same.
No.
We have, a titter.
What about titter?
A titter is a minimum.
Not too much,
That's the minimum.
yeah.
A titter, a chuckle, up to chortle.
What's a guffaw?
A guffaw is up there. That's the guffaw goes out to about the same range.
How about the rolling in the
Rolling the aisles, and that's almost top.
Yeah.
I think top would be dying laughing, actually a death from laughing.
Is there a policy that?
Well, it's something for the family, you know, it's,
Show something, but
this is rare. I mean,
Yeah.
very rare we can come up with something like this.
All right, rather than talk to you about your work, we've got some of it here. I'd just like to show a few minutes, a variety of things that this young man can do, and of course, he's available. Operators are standing by.
We're open 24 hours a day.
Yeah, okay, you can roll at any time, but just a variety of things that this young man has put together to make me laugh.
Here we are, here it comes. Here it comes. Your engine, my favorite shot. You see it now? Yes, approaching the tower. And here it comes. Oh my God!
Creature might get you tonight because what promises to be the best, we had a package of 4 films, 1 or 2 last week and 1 last night. 4 first-time movies for this show. Premiered, blockbusting titles like Blood Mania, Creeping Terror, Spaceship from Venus, first spaceship on Venus, and tonight, Curse of the Bigfoot. So far, we're batting 3 out of the 4 have been dogs. Tonight's the only one. And it's incredible. The mail that came in about last week's film, The Creeping Terror. I just read just some of it. From Tony Reveau, who's a well-known instructor He's into films, and he says The Creeping Terror was without a doubt the worst movie he's ever seen in his life. This guy has seen them all. He says he thought Monster from Milpitas was weak, but this took the cake. And you just can't understand why a two would even bother picking that up. Famous people are writing in too. John McFlanagan, well-known disc jockey, KFRC, said that they will hold a contest on Halloween night, KFRC, and the losers, or the winners, I can't remember, will appear on this show. And he is so sorry for the things that we have to show. Carter B. Smith, aging disc jockey over at KMBR, claims that he was forced at gunpoint to watch the movie last week, and he was praying for a power failure that never came on. He also sent his picture along, and of course, we'll donate this to the nearest haunted house, which in our case is, I believe, in Emeryville, or Eastmont Mall. In Oakland has one too. All right, I'll tell you. Here's one note that they didn't mind it. They said, we watch your show every Saturday night, and regardless of what you have on, we find it very entertaining, mainly because there's nothing to do where we live. This is from Salt Lake City. I've been to Salt Lake, and I can understand that.
No, it's Captain Cosmic. Captain Cosmic. Captain Cosmic capable of whole buildings with amazing ease. Captain Cosmic, stronger than the entire 49er football team. Captain Cosmic, an adventure of troops from a faraway planet here on Earth to entertain and amaze us with fantastic science fiction adventure. Join Captain Cosmic and Wonder Robot 2T2, his trusty constant companion.
2T2 is a very good point. We haven't touched bases with any of the Star Wars folks lately, so we'll go to our magic machine here, punch up some footage from that movie, and see what happens. We never know what's going to happen. Well, this is it. This is the final creature features with yours truly, and I guess we've been doing this for about 9 years now. And during the first break tonight, we'll introduce you to the man who will carry on the tradition here.
Stanley. Yeah, sure, I know who I am. Just imagine, less than 10 years ago, cloning was unheard of. Now there are predictions of cloning whole bodies into single cells. The clone is a motion picture about one such occurrence. Boy, I'm telling you, you ever try to live with a gorilla? The Gothic mansion behind me is known around these parts as the old Bates place. Why, it's enough to give a grown man Hey, wait a minute, I know you. I've seen you before.
Hello, Mr. Stanley.
Norman? Is that you?
Welcome to the Bates place. We're very pleased you've come. We'd love to have you up to the house for dinner. You see, Mother is receiving visitors at camp.
Today we're at 20th Century Fox in Beverly Hills. Now this is the home of Star Wars. It all started here 4 years ago in the imagination of George Lucas.
Hold it right there, hold it. Keep your hands high.
Yeah.
No.
I'm Barnaby Jones, and I'm presently working with San Francisco Bunko Squad, and you are under arrest.
Under arrest?
What for? For impersonating a TV host. Now get him up.
Anyone elected before?
Would you find yourself capable of going in a time machine back to the 1930s and assassinating a political figure like Hitler?
I personally could not do it. I should say this, I don't want to think I can kill anybody.
There you are. I'll come your way. I've been waiting for you.
Why is this man helping Creature Features host John Stanley aboard this place? Whose money is this? And why will she follow John Stanley to the bitter ends of the world? And will John Stanley stand the test of the ordeal of weapons? Tune in and hear John say,
How do I connect you to it?
I know I get a lot of complaints about it.
John Stanley's Wacky World of Creature Features. See John Stanley strangled by a killer corncob fiend in Attack of the Incredible Killer Scarecrow. Saturday, February 12th at 11:30 on the Channel 2 Creature Features. Casablanca, land of intrigue and mystery, haven for misfits and refugees from justice. In John Stanley's new mini-movie, Return to Casablanca. The Casablanca, hotbed of international spies, where danger awaits the intruder, and Devil's Island is the destination of the losers. Dangerous, exotic women who will stop at nothing to fulfill their desires. See John Stanley in Return to Casablanca, Creature Features.
Poor little fella.
Well, Spock is dead. Are you worried about the continued existence of Captain Kirk?
Wait a minute, who says Spock is dead? You say Spock.
I saw the movie. As most of Creature Features every Saturday night in my family, I don't concern myself with zombies, ghouls, and vampires, but occasionally I prefer she creatures of a far more intellectual nature. So meet the girls in the Hee-Haw show.
You've played some very excellent heavies. One-Eyed Jacks, opposite Marlon Brando, The Hanging Tree, Nevada Smith. But John, you know, to me, there's no such thing as a heavy. There's no man who gets up in the morning and says, I'm going to be me.
You happen to know more than tell us, honey. I might. Why? Well, Bob's is making a lot of phone calls to stories he's looking for. So I think you ought to work on us. I think you ought to give us a little bit.
There you are. They put a circle around it, too.
John gave me this. He gave me this Creature Features, John Stanley's Creature Features movie guy. Now, this is something everybody ought to have.
Hey, what's the idea of bringing me out here in a morning-sized mortuary like this?
I don't want to do entertainment in a setting in which I feel most at home. I promise you, they're very comfortable.
Well, you certainly believe in atmosphere and realistic settings. This graveyard is just like a scene out of Phantasm. A critic once wrote that despite the fact you were the author of some of the most terrifying suspense and horror novels ever written, you still have the heart of a small child. Is that right?
Well, just want to show you my heart's in the right place.
Hey, Bob Wilkins. Good to see you. I haven't seen you for years.
You know, I just passing through and I read in the Chronicle the other day. You probably read it in the fifth section. Well, you know, it's 13, no, 14 years almost of tradition. You did it for 8. I did it for almost 5 and a half. Almost, yeah. You know, I was just thinking a little while ago about that first time I was on your show in 1971. Way back. You know what year when the first guest? Yeah, the show was just getting underway. People didn't know who you were then, right? All you don't know. Guy in the bus tonight, you know. But listen, I dropped by, not to talk about old times, but how are you feeling tonight? I mean, this is it. Well, I got 5 years of great memories, Bob. There's a lot of fun in this dungeon. I'm feeling kind of sad, though. I'm playing. Can I help bring you out maybe a little bit? Well, smile at me. What are you on the dancing floor, huh? Look at this. Hey, I see a lot of familiar faces here. That's right. These are people that are going one to, John. This calls for a celebration, Bob. 14 years. Here's a toast to 14 years of Creature Features. Great memories.
Okay, you can clear that out. Well, that sure brings back old memories, don't it?
Oh, there's not a dry eye in town. How many people do we have from out of town? You must be wondering what.
Those people are the boss, they're in the wrong auditorium. Well, we'd like to open it up to 8 questions you might have. That will probably spur some memories and stories that Bob and I can share with you. We'd like to start us out here. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I run a little business in the city, and I do a lot of marketing. And whenever I talk to people about marketing and advertising, I give you, Bob, the credit for having the most wonderful commercial I've ever seen. And I wonder if you remember the movie this was for. You came on the commercial, and all you said was, you said, Saturday night's movie on Creature Features will be whatever. And then you said, if there's anything you could possibly be doing besides watching this movie, do it. Do you remember that?
I remember many times where I This is unbelievable that, again, what was it, 25 years ago we did the show, and it's still in your memory, and we appreciate that. I've been trying to get rid of it, but I can't. So we'll see you at the table.
Yeah, thank you very much.